The media, the fans, the passion. This is the Bogart Cup, Game 5 from Carleton Place. The hometown Canadians looking to close out rivals Pembroke and capture their second straight Bogart Cup. 3 minutes into the first period, a breakthrough for the hosts. Andy starts the rush, and Craig Peffley will finish it off. His third of the playoffs as he buries his own rebound, and the American puts the Canadians up 1-0 on home ice. 7 minutes later, the visitors from Pembroke would draw level, shorthanded as Hudson Michaelis' third whack beats Canadians goaltender Guillaume Terrien, sending the traveling Lumber Kings faithful into a frenzy and renewing hope for Dale McTavish's team. April's the time of year when bodies are sacrificed for a common goal as CP defenseman Alex Robinson makes a kick save blocking a shot. After an Alex Dodson goal early in the second made it 2-1 CP, it was veteran Tyson Stewart roofing a shot short side past Piccolino, and he follows his goal up with a celebration of equal stature. 3-1 CP on home ice, starting to taste that second Bogart Cup victory within reach. 31 seconds later and still shorthanded, wrist shot from captain Stephen Bayliss beats Piccolino, and it's 4-1 for the defending Bogart Cup champions. After that shorthanded outburst from his team, CP head coach Jason Clark can sense his second title within grasp, while veteran Lumber Kings netminder Jordan Piccolino can sense his final shot at a championship slipping away. With the score now 5-2, the game gets nasty. PLK D-man Mitch Mueller gets ejected for a high hit, and the tension in the year-long rivalry between the two teams heats up even further. Andy Sturtz rose to the occasion in this final series in his final year in the CCHL. Later in the second, former Lumber King Jordan Larson puts the nail in his former team's coffin with a wraparound goal to make it 6-2. An early third period marker from Vinnie Post pushed CP's lead to 7-2, and the destiny of the Bogart Cup was sealed for 2015. Try as they might, McTavish's Lumber Kings could not beat Terrien early in period 3. And midway through the third period, veteran Tyson Stewart's second of the night would wrap things up for Clark's Canadians. As the seconds ticked down, Carleton Place exploded in celebration of its second Bogart Cup Championship, one that will be remembered for many years to come. A series to be remembered for its victorious veterans like Stephen Bayliss and injured and fallen leaders like Pembroke's Stephen Bove. A championship does many things. It opens doors or presents opportunities. And most of all, it forges a lifelong bond between those who fought, sweat, and bled for it. This year's Bogart Cup belongs to Carleton Place.
So we're here post-game. The Carleton Place Canadians are your 2014-15 CCHL champions. They will be headed to Cornwall to take part in the Fred Page Cup, and if they win in Cornwall, they'll be heading out to Portage La Prairie, Manitoba, where they will compete in the RBC Cup if all goes according to plan. Let's go talk to some of the victorious players and coaches from this year's Carleton Place Canadians. All right, we're here with victorious Carleton Place Canadians head coach Jason Clark. Jason, your initial feelings on this year's 2014-15 CCHL Championship?
It's something that we worked for right since the beginning of training camp, and something that we've wanted to accomplish. And you want to what? This is the hardest working group I ever coached in 15 years in this league. You know, last year we won. We had a lot of talent, but this group is just so dedicated to off-ice conditioning, dedicated to practices, and just the work ethic came out and it showed. I mean, we were totally dominant in that series. You know, we beat one of the top teams in the country 4-1. We're dominant, and I mean that just showed our work ethic just came through in the in the final series.
And you talk about this big 4-1 victory over Pembroke in the final. What did you feel were the keys for your team in this Bogart Cup victory?
Well, we were just really motivated. I mean, this is a rivalry that started at our home opener when Pembroke didn't come out. and honor and take a part of our championship last year, and kind of made a shenanigans of our home opener. And the boys didn't forget that. All year long, we talked about it. Every time we played them, we talked about how they disrespected us, and then they jumped Adam Lloyd at one game when we won in overtime. And our guys were just motivated. We didn't play with hate. We just played with intensity, played with discipline, and we just wanted to beat them and show everybody that we were the best team in the country and in this league, and we did just that.
And lastly, looking ahead to the Fred Page Cup in Cornwall, what are the lessons, the keys for your team that you take out of this series going down to Cornwall?
Well, we're just glad that we beat them in 5 games. We got a full week of rest, and we're going to let the guys rest. We're banged up. We beat them 4 games to 1, but it was a war. We got some guys that are bruised up and banged up a little bit, so we're just going to be able to heal for a week and see where it takes us.
All right, thanks for your time, and go enjoy the victory with your team.
Thanks for having me.
Jason Clark, head coach of the CP Canadians. They'll head on down to Cornwall to represent the CCHL at this year's Fred Page Cup. All right, we're here with Carleton Place Canadians captain Stephen Bayless. Stephen, just talk a little bit about today's victory, an 8-3 win against a big rival team, and of course, a championship.
Yeah, we battled all year long. We got some new guys that haven't won before, and like the older guys, we just did it for the guys that have won before. They really wanted it. Guys like Lars and St. Pierre, they really deserve it. They're the hardest working guys on the team. And yeah, the rival with Pemby is going to last forever. It's just one of those rivalries. We love it. They love it. It's just the way it is.
In terms of keys to winning this series and things that you can take going into the Fred Page Cup in Cornwall in the coming weeks, What do you take out of this series win?
We take that, if we stick together, we can play unbelievable. If we just stick to the game plan, everyone just buys in, and we play as a team. We're gonna do a lot of good things.
And lastly, of course, as a hometown guy, how sweet is this title for you?
This is unbelievable. I got all my buddies behind the glass, behind the net. Every goal scored, you look at them, they're going crazy, and it's just great that I can go back and see it right now to celebrate. It's awesome.
Congrats on the victory and best of luck going forward.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Carleton Place Canadians captain Stephen Bayless after his team's 8-3 win in Game 5 for a 4-1 Bogart Cup victory. Best of luck.